Hello students, as I have told you, Xanthostomata is divided into three classes, and two already we have discussed because Pisces were there that were having the fins, in which we have discussed about the chondriocytes, osteocytes and cyclostomes. Now Xanthostomata also include the tetrapods that have the limbs, yes, and it includes the amphibians, aves, reptiles and mammals. So now we are going to discuss about the amphibians. Amphibians are the vertebrates that live dual life. That means they can live in the water as well as on the land. That is why they are performing two types of phases in their life. If they are living in the water, and in the same way they can live on the land also. That is why vertebrates with dual lives comes under the amphibians. Okay, so I have mentioned here these can live in the aquatic as well as in terrestrial forms. I have mentioned these have two pair of pentadactyly limbs. Penta means 5. Yes, in which 4 fingers and 1 thumb is there. So it is a pentadactyly. These have two pairs of pentadactyly. That means two pair. One pair is forelimb and one pair is hindlimb. Skin is smooth, moist, and scales are absent over the body. You can take the example of the frog in your mind when we are discussing the characteristics. Just keep in mind the picture of frog. So endoskeleton is mainly made up of bones, and body is divided into two parts: head part and the trunk part. If we will say the respiration is of buccopharyngeal respiration. That means they can show the respiration by lungs, gills, and as well as by skin also. If they are performing the respiration by skin, that is known as the cutaneous respiration, and if they are performing by the lungs and gills, that is known as the buccopharyngeal respiration. Circulatory system, if we will discuss about, the heart is mainly made up of 3 chambers, in which 2 are auricles and 1 is ventricle. How? Like this. Yes. Auricle and 1 ventricle. So 2 auricles are there and 1 ventricle is there. We will discuss about there is a common chamber that is known as the cloaca. Cloaca is where alimentary canal, urinary tract and the reproductive tract, all these 3 tracts will open commonly in a part that is known as the cloaca, and that will open exterior. So it is a common chamber. If we about the discuss, these amphibians will release both type of waste, ammonia as well as urea. Ammonia is released by the larva or tailed form, that means tailed amphibians. While as urea, that is the less toxic as compared to ammonia, is released by the tailless amphibians. So ammonia is released by the larva and the tailed amphibians, whereas urea is released by the tailless amphibians. I have mentioned here these are the poicothums animals, and sexes are separate, so fertilization will take place externally. These are the oviparous and the development is indirect. But if we will discuss about the origin, or we can say evolution, these were arise in the time of Carboniferous period. So many of the examples is here like Rana tigrina, that is your scientific name of frog, Hyla, the scientific name of tree frog, Pufo, that is also known as a toad, and Istiophilus, that is known as the limbless amphibians. Limbless amphibians is only one is there. So I have drawn a diagram here of the salamandra to show you the some characteristics, like these are the external ears, these are the parotid glands, these have the tail. Because the amphibians include both the forms, which some are having the tail and some are not having the tail. That is why tail and tailless forms are both are found in the amphibians. So these are some characteristics of the amphibians. Now we are going to discuss about the next class, that is the aves. And aves include all the birds. These birds have the special feature, that is they are having the feathers, and that feathers will help in the flight. But there is one bird that is having the feather but unable to fly, that is a ostrich. Yes, ostrich is the bird that does not fly, but it is having the feathers. Why? Because size of the body is more, as a result it have more body weight. So, and due to the small size of the wings, Yes, these are having the feathers, but that is smaller in size as compared to their body weight. So that is why, due to their high body weight and due to the small size of feathers, they are unable to fly. Ostrich is the bird that is giving the largest size egg also. That is the single celled largest. That is given by the ostrich only. If we will discuss about the characteristics, birds, we can say that comes under the aves, is divided into 4 parts: head, neck, trunk and tail. These having 2 type of limbs, forelimbs and the hind limbs. Forelimbs have 3 digits that will help, that can be modified into wings, and hind limbs are there that will help in the walking and the swimming. So I have drawn the diagram here, also mentioned the hind limbs that will help in the swimming and the walking. If we will discuss about the skin of the birds, the skin is thin and dry except the tail. Yes, if we will discuss about the whole over the body, bird skin is dry but except the tail. And tail, why? Because there is a gland that is known as the oil gland or preen gland that is present only in the tail of birds. If we discuss about the endoskeleton, yes, endoskeleton is made up of the bones, but that bones are hollow inside. Why? Because they are having the air cavities, and these air cavities will reduce the weight, that will make them light. So I have mentioned here, bones are light in weight, and these are light in weight due to the presence of air cavities, and that is why these bones are known as the pneumatic. And due to less weight of the bones, that will help them to fly in the sky. Okay, next is the digestive system, which consists of 3 parts: beak, but these do not have teeth. Third, these are having the alimentary canal, and alimentary canal is divided into 2 parts. One is the crop and second is it gizzard. I can mention here also. Crop, that will store the food, and gizzard is the part that will do the crushing of the food. So crop will store the food, and then we can say gizzard will help in the crushing of the food. If we will discuss about the respiration, takes place with the help of lungs, and these have 4 chambered heart. If you will see the nervous system, these are having the 12 pair of cranial nerves also. Excretory product is mainly uric acid and homeotherms. That means they are able to regulate their body temperature according to external environment. Origin, if you will see, these origin will take place in the Jurassic period, and at that time these were bipedal dinosaurs like the reptiles. If you will see, the sexes are the separate and fertilization will be internal, and these are mainly oviparous. That means they will lay down the eggs, and development is direct. If we see the structure, I have taken the example of the pigeon to explain some characteristics to you. This is a diagram of the pigeon. So this part is known as the beak, that will help in the, we can say, breakdown of the seeds and the food mainly. Then food is passed into the neck. After that it will pass into the trunk, and you can say abdomen, that we have alimentary canal is divided into 2 parts. The crop will store the food. After that crop will pass the food into the gizzard, and gizzard will do the crushing. Forelimbs is modified into wings that will help them to fly. These are the hind limbs that will help in the swimming and the walking. These are the tail part that is having the oil glands also. Some examples are also I have written. Struthio, that is known as the ostrich. Testicula, parrot. Columba, pigeon. Pava, peacock, and Nephron is the vulture. So these are the some important characteristics of the aves. Discussing about the Agantha, we are going to discuss about the Ganthostomata. Yes, this is the division of the vertebrates. Ganthostomata. Yes, Ganthostomata are known as the jawed vertebrates. That means Agantha were lacking the jaws, but Ganthostomata include all those organisms which have the jaw. That is why they are known as the jawed vertebrates. Further, these Ganthostomata is divided into 3 classes: Plycodermi, Pisces, and Tetrapoda. Plycodermi nowadays is extinct now. So why? Because these were having the freshwater bony fishes, and they were having the bones, bony plates all over the body, but now they have been extinct. And second is the Pisces, that have the fins help in the swimming in the water. That's why it will include the fishes, all the fishes. And tetrapoda, as the name indicates, tetrapoda means that is having the limbs, 2 forelimbs and 2 hind limbs. So we will discuss one by one. First it will include the chondrocytes, second is the osteocytes. So first is the chondrocytes, that are also known as the cartilaginous fishes. Why? Because their endoskeleton is mainly made up of cartilage, that is why they are known as the cartilaginous fishes. These are dorsally ventrally flat, that means their dorsal and ventral face is flat, that is why they are known as dorsally ventrally flattened. Mouth is located on the ventral part of the body like us. Our mouth is also located on the ventral part. In the same way, chondrocytes mouth is also located on the ventral part. Skin is containing the mucous gland and have the placoid scale, and these placoid scales are the modified teeth. Yes, and these are having the notochord throughout the life, but it is in the reduced form. Respiration will take place with the help of 5 to 7 pairs of gills, and these gills are covered by the operculum. Okay, operculum is a flip-like structure that will cover the gills, and gills are separated. Heart, mainly the fishes are the 2-chambered heart, and these have 10 pairs of cranial nerves also. These are mainly predaceous in nature. Predaceous means these will show the predator and prey relationship. That means these will eat the smaller organisms that we can call them the prey. So these are predaceous in the nature, and some have the poisonous sting also. Example is the trigone. That means that they can have the ability to kill their attacker, or they can kill their predator with the help of the sting, poisonous sting. That is why their example is trigone. These lack the air bladder. Yes, it is very important. These lack the air bladder. That is why these fishes have to swim whole the life. Yes, because they do not have the air bladders. They have to swim throughout the life to avoid the sinking. Next is they are poikothermous in nature. That means these are cold-blooded animals, and they do not have ability to regulate the body temperature. That is why they are poikotherms or cold-blooded. The sexes are the separate, but males have special structures, that is having the pelvic fins, and these pelvic fins further bears the claspers, and these claspers act as the copulatory organ. Only male fish will bear the claspers on the pelvic fins that will act as a copulatory organ. If we will see the fertilization, yes, fertilization is internal, and these are oviparous. That means these will give the eggs, and some also have electric organs for the protection from the predators. Example is torpedo. I have drawn the diagram here of Scoldion. So some examples include Pristis, Carcodon, Chimera fish, that is also known as the rabbit fish. Scoldion, I have drawn the diagram. Suppose this is the eye part, mouth part is located on the ventral side. These are dorsal fins, that is lie on the caudal fin. In the sides of caudal fin is the anal fin. This is the pelvic fin and the pectoral fin. A line that will pass from the middle of the body is known as the lateral line, and these also have the operculum that will cover the gills. So these are some important characteristics of the chondriocytes that will come under the Gantostomata. Thank you, beta.